Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host. Well, it's October, guys, and that means it's the spooky season. So I'm welcoming you to my review of Ouija, Origins of Evil. This is the sequel from 2016. This is actually directed by Mike Flanagan. Now, I did cover the first Ouija, so Origins of Evil is actually a prequel to Ouija. Now, I'll kind of give my quick thoughts on Ouija. I thought it was just mediocre. Yeah, I thought it was just mediocre at all. So, what did I think of Origins of Evil? Solid. So, yeah, let's talk about, okay, so the cast, let's talk about the cast as well. This has Elizabeth Reiser, Annalise Bezo, and Harry Thomas and Lulu Wilson in the cast. And I believe, I'm trying to think of the other guy, Parker May, I think his name is. Yeah, Parker May. So, that's the cast. Let's talk about Origins of Evil, or Ouija, Origins of Evil. And I'm going to read you a plot right here. It was never just a game. Inventing audience again into the lore of the spirit board. Ouija, Origins of Evil, tells a terrifying new tale in 1967's Los Angeles. I'm going to talk about the year and the time period in a bit after I'm done reading the plot. A widow mother and her two daughters add a new stunt to bolster their senses. Scam business and unwitting invention. It invents authentic evil into their home. When the youngest daughter is overtaken by miraculous spirit, this small family confronts the unthinkable fear to save her and send her possessions back to the other side. Yeah, this movie is insane. The movie is set in, as I said, this has a very filmic time period look. I loved how this is set. So this is set, like I said, 1967, and I like the idea of that, because what's cool about it is, I gotta give Mike Flanagan credit. It feels like a movie that was made in the 60s, rather than a movie that was made in 2016? Yeah, 2016. Also, he wanted to film this in anamorphic widescreen, which means the first Ouija was a 240 by 1. This installment is a 185 by 1, which I think that works better in what he was going for. Oh, so he adds little dots and specks, and then you can see like film circles. Okay, when movies were made back then, they were shot on film. Well, he had a special technology that had filter lens. So what Mike Flanagan did was he used a special filter to have like little dots on the little dots and little circles to give it that 1960s, early 70s feel. Like, I'll show you in the top corner best. Notice how my finger is like that, and you can see like that. That's right in the top corner like that. He'll have it like that. And then he'll rapid fire next scene. Rapid fire next scene really quick. He'll like show the little circular dot, fuzzy gray in the corner. Next scene we got. So he'll like do these weird jump cuts. And that I do like a lot of what he is only trying to do. And I gotta give Mike Flanagan credit. As for the rest of the film, the performances are good. As I mentioned before, Henry Thomas is in this movie. Yes. Elliot from E.T. Yes. Elliot from E.T. Honestly, I never knew. Yeah. Harry Thomas is now 51 years old. So he's getting up in age. The actor's in his 50s, though. He's not that, like, cute little boy from, well, E.T., the movie that got his career. Actually, technically, that's not true. The first movie he ever made in his career was another Universal film, 1981's Raggedy Man with Sissy Spacek. So it's cool to see him in this movie as an adult acting with these new upcoming actors. So it's kind of cool to see a child star like him becoming an adult, becoming an adult star. Basically becoming an adult in the movie. I do like that. He plays Father Thomas. I forgot to mention, Henry Thomas plays Father Tom, who's also the principal at the school. So, right off the bat, we see that now the house is possessed with the Ouija board. So, he would be like, then, like, they don't know. Lulu Wilson plays Doris, who has similar character to another film I covered on the channel, Cop and a Half: The New Recruit. Her character in that movie also had a father that passed on. This movie felt that same thing, a father that just passed on. Her father passed on, but she sees her father like as a spirit. So, right off the bat, we get craziness, and craziness happens, and there's some neat jump scares. So, it's really, the jump scares in this, I do like a lot. And the movie is actually good. I was honestly surprised of how good this movie is. It is better than Ouija. I want to say that. The jump scares, the spooks, having the movie shot on film really gives that filmic look. It's not really shot on film, they still use digital, but it has a very filmic look. And again, there's also, I'm trying to think of another scene in the movie though. I'm trying to think of anything else. What did I miss in this? I like the idea that, like, a lot of the father who's the principal, Father Tom, stops these boys from picking on her. So the girl has a date with the oldest one has a date with, she has a boyfriend that says do not tell mom this. So eventually Doris gets back on him, and he just does these like possessed powers. And the movie, like I said, is really good. There is a post credits at the end of the film, but I'm not going to tell you the post credits. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this movie. I like the idea that it feels more like a 60s movie than a movie that was made in the 2000s. I do like that, and I'm not going to try to stay long on this review, guys, but I just go through all the technicals and I go for the reviews and all that. You kind of get the motto, but I had fun with Ouija Origins of Evil. I like the idea of it set in the 60s. I like the idea that incorporated, they go way back by using the 1960s Universal logo. In the first Ouija, they used obviously the current 2000s logo. But I like, this is actually a prequel, guys. So I like, there's a post-credit, which the post-credit leads into the first Ouija. I did watch a little bit of the commentary to kind of get an idea of this movie after I finish. And again, Mike Flanagan just knocked it out of the park, guys. It's an excellent movie. It's not quite going to be, it's not going to be on my top list, but it is definitely going to be an honorable mention. So I'm trying to think of anything else about this. I think that's really about it. I don't have much to say. Is there any flaws? I kind of wish the ending was slightly better, but I mean, I can let that slide. I mean, but yeah, that's like my only downside. So, yeah. So, at the end of the day, yes, I can recommend Ouija Origins of Evil. I think the movie is a ton of fun. You got characters are likable. You got acting that's good. You got a 1960s setting, and the movie feels and a movie that feels straight right out of the 1960s. And I like how the post-credits shows that the post-credits show. I love how it cuts to the post-credits where we see a character which also would link into the first Ouija. So, if you weren't a fan of the first Ouija, do you have to see the first Ouija to watch Origins of Evil? And the answer is no. You can go straight to this. You can watch them anyway, but you can watch Origins of Evil and then jump to Ouija, or you can watch Ouija, you can watch them in any order. But I would say if you do decide to watch the first Ouija, go watch this, go watch Origins of Evil before you watch Ouija. I'm going to tell you right now, this in my opinion is a hidden gem. It is so good. The jump scare is incredible. Lulu Wilson is just, what an actress. As I said in my review, Cop and Half, the new recruit, she's a really good actress. And I'm really surprised that, I will say I liked her better in Cop and Half, New Recruit, but that's just my opinion. I know that's very mixed, but I feel that movie, just like the other movie, I feel that movie is severely underrated. But yeah, back to Ouija Origins of Evil. You definitely going to have to check the movie out. I want to watch more from Mike Flanagan because as a director, he not only directed, but co-wrote and did all the editing. So he was doing 3 jobs. He was doing 3 parts to make this movie possible. But if you do want to check out Ouija Origins of Evil, I say go for it. It's definitely a movie and definitely a great way to kick off the spooky season. So yeah, let's go ahead and rate it right now. I'm going to give Ouija Origins of Evil a 4 out of 5. It's not quite a 5 out of 5 because, as I said before, the ending was kind of a downer. And it kind of made me think about this movie, and I wasn't sure what I was going to rate it, but I've decided, I placed my chips, I locked in my rating, and I feel like a 4 out of 5 is just the right score to this movie. Again, it was tough to go from 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, but as I said before, I think a 4 out of 5 is just the right rating for this movie. So yeah, check out Ouija Origins of Evil. It's definitely, it's a ton of fun. If you want to start the spooky season, this is a great start to watch. As I said before, I'm recording this on Saturday, but you probably won't see this be uploaded until around Monday. So I want to give you kind of a heads up. But by the time you do watch this, it'll be on my channel on Monday. So yeah, check out Ouija Origins of Evil. You definitely, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, you're definitely not going to be disappointed with, I think, a great prequel to a mediocre film. Well, that's, the first Ouija is mediocre, but this is not. So yeah, that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.